Hello guys, I hope you're ready for episode 2 of the big project series. Where did I leave you last time? So since the last time I did some work, let me just cut the sound. The music kept playing, so here are the shots without comments on it. But I thought that I made enough advancement from since last time, so I could like talk a bit about how I made all this and like we just keep going. So about the church, sorry, I should probably just be like that. I'm just going to put the textures to flats. Maybe I should remove the, no, actually I'll just keep it. So the church didn't change a lot. I just like took what we had from the last time and I just added a bit of details here and there. So for example, I didn't have these holes, but I realized in the reference that there were holes in there, like little tiny windows, and so I just added them. You know, it's not very complicated. Just I reprojected some textures on it, so it had the hole. It has the holes, and I just like took the knife tool and I cut like a circle in it and I just extrude. So maybe you're wondering, how did I make a perfect circle with knife tool? It's not this complicated. So first of all, you just like draw this shape. Sorry, I should probably like, you know, just draw a shape, a circle shape, but it doesn't have to be perfect, because when you've done that, so as you can see I have like my shape that is all squiggly, but you can just activate the loop tools add-ons. So just, you know, preferences, go to add-ons and then loop tools. Yep. And then once you have that enabled, you just right click and then go to circle. Make sure you don't have flatten enabled, so it just conform to the shape, or maybe you want flatten because it's glitchy otherwise. Yeah, so maybe flatten. What about regular? What does it do? Okay, best fit inside. Yeah, it's all squiggly, so just flatten it. Yeah, and it's a perfect circle, so it doesn't match the shape perfectly, but you know, it's fine. You can just do this, then select this and bevel. Yeah, then that's basically how I did it, and then extrude here and it works. So obviously I won't keep this. It was just by the example, but otherwise it didn't change a lot. I also added this detail, so it had like this in real life in the reference. So I just took basic shapes, made this. Very simple. But as you can see, the biggest change here is probably this one. So I just model it. It was not extremely complicated. You just have like to really look at the reference and try to make the same way. You know, you just take, for example, I just took like circle. You know, you can take circles or just shapes that are thin lines, just edges, you know. Then once you finished modeling the stuff, so for example you want to make this beautiful shape, I just extrude it, make it its own object, and then okay, I just maybe clean up my Blender file. Alright, and I done this maybe timeline, very little. Okay, so you can convert this shape to a curve, and then you have like access to this new stuff going on here. So you can just like do depths, and it's going to, you know, create this circular shape. And then you can change the resolution a bit here also. Maybe not here, but you can like go to set spline handle to Bezier, and then set handle type to automatic, or you know, just like free, maybe not free, but lines. Yeah, it works as well. Then you can, you know, just control the shape. But I also like to not convert this to any curve, and you go into Houdini. So yeah, I created a type that's called Houdini, but it's basically geometry nodes, different than this one, because I don't like this one, I prefer this. Yeah, anyways, you can just like convert like mesh to curve, and then curve to mesh. The cool thing here is you can just take the profile curve and just take curve circle, for example. And then you have the same thing that before. So you can like change the radius here, or add a set point radius here. You can control the radius here, or maybe that point, set curve radius. Okay, set curve radius. And then connect this into here and here into here. And now you can control the radius. So keep this at 1 and just change it here. So the difference here is you can see I have a value that I can change based on the stuff. So I can do line parameter. Then I can like plug the lens into here. So it's very huge, but you can remap the values. So it's not that big, you know. You don't have to clamp, but just, you know, yeah, do it like this. Anyways, the cool thing when you do this is basically you can like keep modeling the traditional way. You don't have like to model with any curve of it or anything. So if you want to like take this, put it here, then make a bevel, you can absolutely, it's a fine. Then you can press P and control the like everything. It's really really cool idea to put around, and we're probably gonna use it later. As you can see, like the church is almost finished. I might probably just add a few details here and there, but it's fine. I can like correct the textures here. I still have this ugly shape in the projection texture. So I also added this little plaza here, which I'm pretty happy about. It looks just like the reference, so it's really cool. But yeah, I also added this plaza here. It's far from being finished. Like the stairs here are all disgusting because of textures. But the biggest thing that I added is the roads and a few houses here. And you can see I also used this house to make a shot. I don't remember what I was saying, but that's basically just me showcasing how the shot's gonna look like. One of the issue I have with this shot is that I love putting cables between the buildings. The thing is, it's supposed to be an old version, so like electric cables doesn't make a lot of sense. That's why I have to like make it look like it's hanging lines for clothes and stuff. But you know, those cables that are all squiggly, it doesn't belong here. I just have to find another way to put details or thin details between the buildings. So how did I make all of these? I'll just show you right now. First of all, the roads. How did I make the roads? It's really not complicated, because for now it doesn't change from being in plane and like a plane position at the right height. So I'm obviously gonna put detail on the like closet parts, but everything else is just gonna stay plain with basic texturing. I just took, you know, into blocking. I have this mesh that I showed you earlier for blocking out the shape of this church. So this comes from Google Earth, and as you can see, if I put the shading to flat, I have the same colors as in Google Maps, Google Earth. So that's pretty cool. And basically what you see here is I have access to the height value of the roads, and it's probably mostly correct. You can see I just took a plane. I started with a plane here, just like that. And you know, if I just rotate, you can then like move it until it just like overlap. And when it overlap, it just means that you're at the correct height. And then you can just take the vertices and just place them where they should be, just like that. And then you're just all the way going to take the edges and correct the height. So that's cool. And actually I didn't make the road for this part, so I'm just going to make it with you. We're gonna make the giant parking lots, but it's gonna be a place as well. And then we connect it to what I have already. So I'll just join it right now. And then I think we can merge this at center and extrude this one here. Okay. It seems correct. So sometimes you don't have like to extrude and then, you know, all the time correct the height. You can just like have fun with it. Like just keep extruding stuff just for a while. Just now I just have to do this road going all the way to here, and then I have it's gonna link with the road I have already. So I'm just gonna take the time and extrude everything until I'm happy with the end result. So as you can see here, I have like an intersection and another road that's going here. So I'm just gonna take care of it and make sure I have an extrusion possible here. So I'm stopping right before and I extrude one last time and stopping right after. So now I have just this edge that's the correct length, and I can just like use it and extrude at the correct place. So that's cool, and I'm going to tackle this after. So I have another one here, so it's fine. I can just do the same thing, and voila, perfect. So I'm stopping here because this whole place is going to be like a bit of challenge. It's not going to be so complicated, but I want like to think about it before making it. I'm leaving it as is, so there's empty space here, but I'm gonna work in it when I feel ready about it. So now that I have extruded everything, I'm just gonna place every edges on the correct height, so until it starts to overlap a bit, just like that. Just do it all the other way through. Perfect. So if you do the same technique as me, you might see that sometime, for example here, you can see the road because there is something on top of it, or like for example there is occlusion and the scan didn't work well, so you think you have to eyeball it, but actually if you go in X-ray view, you can see that Google Maps knows where the road is. So it's actually below. You have like the top of the scan and the bottom of the scan, and you can see here that thing here that is very dark is actually the road, and it's really cool to know. So you can just like go in X-ray view and take the edge and like overlap it with the dark version. Make sure it's properly placed. You can also like do it below the scan, so it works as well. And yeah, so you can just do it this way. It's really fine. So now I have this, and the road just keeps going. Oh yeah, sorry, that's the volumetric. I don't want to show it right now. All right, awesome. I'm just going to keep going with it until I have this whole parking lot that I showed you earlier, and then we're gonna talk about the houses. Alright, I think I have made like a big part of the road, and I just want to see how it's gonna be in the camera so I don't like model too much. So we're obviously gonna see this, a bit of this in the background. Also, there is a huge part of the city that I haven't prepared yet, because I originally thought that the camera was going to look like this. So that was the first shot idea. But then I wanted like to really show the environments, like take some time and it'll just be like be in the sky and then have the title in it. And I thought it was nice to like take a bit of time to rotate around the church. This way means that I have to model out this part of the city, which I don't have yet. But I'm just gonna stitch it together, it's fine. Also, I have different cameras and I want like to keep some parts of the camera, like just stitch it to the next part, which is gonna be like this. But for now, I'm just like having separate cameras because I'm not a fan of the motion yet. Like it still have some glitch, you know, like right here. The camera is like phew, and it's really strange. But for now, it's pretty fine. I just think that yeah, I definitely want to make this part here, this here. Also, I think it's fine. I'm gonna have to make a lot of this, like, well, obviously seeing a lot of the horizon city, but it's fine because it's an old version, so it's probably gonna have, I'm just gonna like take some landscapes and put some trees in there. Yeah, I'll just keep going with this part here. Sometimes I'm not sure if there is a road here or not, and that's cool is from Google Maps because I can just like go here, put my little guy here and say okay, it's not a road, it's just like halfway a building, so it's fine. I can actually put something here, but it's not a road, so I'll just do the extrusion. So that's cool, you can just like literally just come in here and like look at this and be like okay, I see how it looks now actually. So sometimes you just have to remember you're working with real life example. Alright, it's starting to look really nice because once you add the road, you end up with empty spaces in between the roads. And empty spaces basically means that you're just gonna have to put like buildings in here, and then once you put the buildings, it looks like it's almost done because just a road, yeah, you know, it's just a road, it's nothing fancy or anything. But you can see the outline of the city, and this is quite exciting because once we finish this road, I'm gonna start adding some buildings and then it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice. Yeah, let's keep going. And we're gonna do this for episode 2 because I'm currently doing the edits, and I think the road part could be just its own part. I haven't quite finished yet the houses, so houses episode will be released really soon. For now, I hope the roads episode is nice enough for you. So see you in episode 3.